Hello? Hello? Just writing down some good stuff here, as you should do too. Good things that happen, good things that you make happen, good things that you just notice and you want to align your vibe with, as we might say in the biz. Actually, I don't know if anybody in the biz would say that. That would just be me. I was just writing down how freaking wonderful the weather is. It's very unusually warm and sunny. All the windows are open in our house. And I'm like, I want to remember this. So, good morning. Get myself all situated here. Good morning. Happy Monday, as the band would be. How's it going? I see. This is the romper room portion of the show, so I see Rach and SB and Glam Mom Molly and Cat Mama and Jim B and Samantha and LAB, Chicago 64 Terry and David and Results Slayer. Ooh, nice name. I like it. Let's slay some results, shall we? Well, you've introduced yourself to me. I'll introduce yourself to me. And yeah, good morning. My name is Beth. I am a decluttering life coach, and my coaching right here on the TikTok. Well, this is my TikTok live. I do one-on-one coaching via Zoom, but it's called Destination Decluttered. Jay Ellis, good morning to you. So what can I tell you? What do you want to know about me? I'm of an age that I grew up cluttered in the home that I grew up in. I was cluttered for after moving out of there, for the next 25 plus 30 years of my life. And I have finally kind of, in my mind, cracked the code, come up with why I was cluttered, why I stayed cluttered. But then, since I wanted to change it, I was able to figure out some ways to do it. Now, kind of like I use this road trip metaphor. Let me see if I can center my camera just a little bit. So you'll see behind me that I've got this map pin in this heart. This is your destination, because your heart should always be in it. And then you and we're all in this orange little car, okay? And what I want to suggest to you is that when I was going through my clutter journey, I guess, it took me a wicked long time to get from cluttered to decluttered, because I was figuring it out myself. I was turning down the wrong ways, dead ends, not doing anything for years. Now I have a way of doing it, and I'm so excited about it because it's changed my life. I just want to share it with you. I want to help you when you're stuck. I love it. Gardening Hipster, what an awesome name. Sue Hartfish, nice to see you. Deborah Smith, I have decluttered thanks to you, but I still have furniture to put in storage. How do I do it? Okay, well, this is what I would do. This is where everything is going to come, is from my expertise, but my perspective. So I will offer you some ideas. What I would like you to do is kind of ping them, listen to them here, ping them down here to your feeling portion of the show, and see how these things feel. So I guess my very first question is, if you were my client, I love, first of all, let's celebrate the wins. I always do that with my clients, and I do it myself. Yay me. Nothing wrong with saying yay me. I have decluttered thanks to you. No, you have decluttered thanks to you. You have done the stuff. This is the wonderful thing about me coaching and only showing up on Zoom. I physically cannot do the decluttering, so you did it. So rock on, Deborah Smith. Okay, first of all, take credit for what you've done. There's absolutely no wrong with that. But I still have furniture to put in storage. I am just curious why you are putting the furniture in storage instead of using it in your home. So I'm not saying this in a judgy way, a right or wrong way. I would just be curious as to why I'm having this furniture that I'm not using in my home, and nobody else that I know is going to use it, that it's going to go into a storage unit, I guess. Now, when you say storage, I mean, that could be anywhere from like your garage to the basement to somebody's barn to like paying for a storage unit. Just get curious why you're storing it and not using it. Now, notice what I said there. Now, that pertains to you specifically with your furniture, but also that phrase, get curious about why you're storing something and not using it, can also be applied to all the other clutter in your life. So, get curious. Let's get curious. Let's get curious. I know that's not the word, but that's what always comes to my mind. Who is that? Hold on. Jermaine Jackson, let's get serious and fall in love. Maybe I'll add that to the Let's Get Serious. I'm making like a Destination Decluttered kind of playlist of the songs that pop in my head on coaching. Let's get curious. Actually, I should write it down on the other side of the paper here. But anyhow, yes, Jermaine, thank you. Okay, thank you for the people of an era know these songs, so I'm with my people. Thank you. Let's get curious. But oh, good. Mama Pepper said you enjoyed the Zoom. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Alrighty. I love it. Let me see. Okay, ooh, I'm backing up here. I got some people here. Hey, if you like what I'm doing here, I'm just going to give a quick plug. If you haven't followed my TikTok page, consider following me. I like to see the numbers grow, and I swear when the numbers grow, I think it helps amplify what I'm doing. It sends it out to more people. I'm doing a TikTok live every day this week until Wednesday, maybe Thursday. And then I go off the grid for a little bit because I'm helping my mother with her clutter, so I won't be doing all this. I'll need all my energy and focus for that. But yeah, so here we go. Here we go. We got that. How do you know if you need to declutter or just organize? Sam, I would say this. Look at the quote. Well, you know what? To me, part of decluttering is my mantra is like you should always sort it before you store it. Get comfortable. Decluttering is an opportunity for you to just revisit your inventory of stuff, to go through it and just check in with yourself. Do I still want this or not? The answer can be yes. For every single thing you own, the answer can be yes, I still want this. Cool. Once you make that decision, then you can better organize. You can better organize once you've decluttered, or even given yourself the opportunity. You've asked the question, what is this? Do I want it? If I want it, where does it go? If I don't want it, where does it go? That's like seriously, the TLDR of decluttering. But go through your stuff to see what you have so you know what kind of containers. What space do you need to fill the things? No, what space do you need so that the things that you save, the things that you have decided you want, will fit in there easily and attractively. So I just recommend to everybody, sort your stuff. Play with your toys. It's stuff you've kept. Just ask yourself without judgment. Judgment lives over here. On the other side of the coin is curiosity. Don't judge yourself. Just say, why did I keep this? Oh, that's right. I thought I would find that other thing, or I thought I was going to be a person who did crafts, or my grandmother gave it to me. Do I still want it or not? Again, that's a question you're going to ask yourself. And notice where my hand goes. I realized I forgot to put on my rings this morning. My hand goes to my heart. This is where the feeling, you've got your head, your heart, and your hands. Right here is where decisions are made. The good decisions take into account how you feel about things. Okay? Sam, I hope that helped. I love this, Melissa. Good morning. You, awesome lady, as well. Up early doing dishes and laundry before my retail job. Rock on, lady. I was a retail warrior, and I admire even more the people who are in retail now, because people are not as nice as they used to be. So you're doing a good thing. Okay, so Deborah Smith, you still feel cluttered about your furniture. Just examine. Get a piece of paper and a pen. Sit with yourself and write down what comes up. Whatever comes up, write it down. Why store it as opposed to sell it or donate it or give it away? Just something to think about. Okay. So yeah, somebody mentioned Mama Pepper said enjoyed the Zoom. So yesterday when I was on the road, I freaking love this. This is the beauty of coaching remotely, is I can show up for you regardless of where my body is physically. So today I'm at home in Pennsylvania. Yesterday I was in Atlantic City, New Jersey. And not only did I do a TikTok live, but I also did a group workshop about, I keep on wanting to call it breeze blocking. It's just a habit. Road mapping your day about things you can do. Now, if you're on the Destination Decluttered mailing list and you weren't able to get to yesterday, I get it. It was a Sunday at 11 Eastern. No big deal. It was recorded, and I will be sending it on email today with the link to where to find the recording so you can watch it yourself so you can benefit from it. Now, I will say this. It's only going to be available for 30 days. That timeline is to encourage you to get it done. If it's there forever, you're going to push it off. Okay? So if you're interested in being on the mailing list and getting access to that free, it's all free stuff. The only thing people pay me for is my one-on-one coaching at the moment. This may change in the future. I don't know. But for now, I do a lot of free stuff for the people on the mailing list. If you want to get on the mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com/join. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alrighty. Okay, it's because I dream of getting into a new home and I feel like that might be giving me incentive. Interesting. Okay, keep on going down that road. The other thing I would offer is if the furniture you have for your dream home is being put in storage, why not use it in your home? Why not make your today home your dream home? Ooh. Why not make your today home your dream home? Feels like that's something that somebody could like embroider on a pillow, huh? But seriously, that's one of the things that I did when we just remodeled this room. Now I have pictures. I swear I'm going to share them with the folks on the mailing list because I came across some when I was going through some pictures. But what this room looked like before I decluttered and before I did, kind of reinvented it. And one of the things I said to myself was, I want to design this to feel like basically a home in Palm Springs. I want it to be light and bright and simple and clear and colorful and cheery. I want to be excited when I come in and the light is spinning through this. I also don't want to overclutter it. I have blank spaces on this wall. I have more space in this room than I need. Now, unfortunately, I can't shrink my room to fit it, but I'm also holding space for when I find cool things. I'll have it. I'm not just throwing things up there. Okay? So why not make your today home your dream home? And it doesn't have to do with like bling and yachts and wicked big. Just making each room a room you feel good when you walk into, and then you walk into another room and you feel good, and you walk into another room and you feel good, and suddenly you're just walking around your house feeling good. Now it's not suddenly. I wish we could just kind of like I Dream of Jeannie or Dinkle Dinkle Dink doing a little Samantha Bewitched action there and have it happen. But I really feel sometimes, and I know I sound like an old fogey about this, but the stuff that you do yourself, you have so much more of an appreciation for things that you have done than the things that have been done for you. You know? Okay, I love this. German Maid 95 says, my time is more organized. And good morning, Chrissy C. Jump. Nice to see you. Oops, hit the wrong button. Hold on. Let me do this. Okay, so SLY46 says, need to purge. Purge is always a curious word, but no time to sell. I got no time. Okay. Feel badly to donate high-priced items. Okay. How about this? How about donate the ones that are not high-priced and figure out something to do with your other ones? Okay. Also, notice that thought. I feel badly. Notice that literal. It makes me feel bad to think of donating things that I spent a lot of money on. So many variables right there. If you think you can get the money, now see, I don't know the stuff. It could be stuff that you bought and immediately like is not worth anything on the secondary market, or you could have bought something that somebody is willing to pay for. How about this? You paid a high price, but will anybody pay that to get it from you? So SLY46 and anybody else, everybody else who is thinking, I'm holding on to this because it might be worth something someday, or I paid a lot of money for this, do yourself a favor. Right now, today, this week, get onto the internet. Go to resale websites. I'm thinking eBay specifically, but I know there are others. Don't look for what people are asking for, because we can ask for whatever we want. Go to completed sales and see what people have in the past paid for that in the recent past. But also take that into consideration. Now, I used to resell things for years. I used to resell mid-century modern stuff. And just think, some one person may have paid, $400 for something, but now that person got what they wanted. They are now out of the market. That may have been a one-off for them. The next person in line, it may not be as worth it to them. But do your research so you're coming from a place of information. And once you have information, you can make a decision that takes that into account. So maybe it might change how you feel. Okay. Yeah, Chrissy C. Jump says, lighting makes it so much better for me. Low light makes me think it's sleep time. I agree. There we go. All right. So, what are we doing here? I'm going to do this. Lisa, Corvette, Ernie, nice to see you. So, what else can I share with you clutter-wise that would help you? First of all, I don't know about you guys, but I live in a place, and I grew up in New England. And I now live in PA, so we definitely have the 4 seasons here. We got a whole bunch of seasons. It was freezing cold on Saturday. Now it's going to be 80 degrees all week. I do not know, but I don't know about you, but to me, the change of the season makes me want to go through my stuff and kind of fresh clean. I know they talk about spring cleaning, but I think now about the stuff that, like, our garage has all our patio stuff in it, but it also probably has snow shovels and things like that, is going through and changing the items in your home, not necessarily doing a redo, but like I live in my home differently in different seasons. And so to me, the change of the season is always a wonderful opportunity to again, don't make such a big deal of it. Don't I gotta declutter the whole house. Foreman Mills. Overwhelmed. Did you see where my hands went? Like, you can throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care, but you can also throw your hands in the air because you're like, whoa, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Like you're going to stop the world and let me off. Okay? Overwhelm is too big. Don't make such a big deal of it. Calm down the nervous system. Don't make a big deal of it. Make a small deal of it, and then don't even make a deal of it. Just say, I'm just going to look at my stuff. I'm going to look at my stuff. That's all. A few deep breaths. Calming down the nervous system is always going to be your first thing, even before you get to what your destination is. Because if you're hyperventilating and you're in a panicky fight or flight mode, if you're not feeling good emotionally, physically, neurologically, nervous system-y, then if I ask you what your destination is, you're going to be like, I don't even know. Because I've been there. Taking into account and working with your body as opposed to fighting against it makes this whole journey a lot easier. Okay? I love it. Michelle is about to go in the craft room. I love it. German Made 95 got all their plants made in the ground less than a week. Normally it takes me a month to get it done. Yeah, our yard, we are a month ahead of time, but it's also because we now pay somebody to mow our lawn because my husband mows the lawn to the back, the lady back next door. And he mowed it early, and suddenly we're like, oh, we need to step up here. But isn't it nice to just have those things done early and just done? Oh my God. We normally wouldn't even be starting this project until like a couple of weeks from now. And now it's just looking nice. Every time we walk up to our house, our neighbors have said, oh my God, your house looks amazing. Now, we haven't done anything major. It's just that we did a little of the decluttering. We took the leaves off of the thing. We cut a few things. We added some mulch. And we decluttered the yard. Okay? So just get curious about your stuff. Don't make a big deal of it. Look at it, and then this is what happens. This is the decluttering process. You look at something. This is actually the process. This is the process you should follow. Is basically this is what happens. Sorry, I got myself sidetracked. You look at an item in your house. Look at an item in your house right now. Don't care what it is. Then you see something. It's like the Bionic Man. Your eye lands on that item, and then beep, 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 beep. And a message comes back of rods and cones and colors, and your brain creates it into a thing. Oh, that's a lampshade that has some palm trees on it. You see it with your eyes, but you also see it with your nervous system and your head, because that thing may make you feel a feeling. Now, I look at this lampshade. Seriously, it's right here. You know what? Here's my lampshade. Look. Can you see my lampshade? There we go. You kind of see it? No. There. Okay, there's my lampshade. Now, that's just a lampshade, but it reminds me of going down to Florida and staying with some friends. It also reminds me when it's freezing cold that someday I'm going to be there where the palm trees are. That lampshade makes me feel good, so I keep it. Sometimes if it was a plain lampshade, I'd be like, it's just a lampshade. It doesn't make me feel anything at all. But what if I looked at something that didn't make me feel good? You know, oh, there's that thing that somebody I don't like gave me. Wah, wah. Makes me feel a feeling too. So decide what feelings you want to feel and keep the things that align with the feelings you want to keep. How's that? Alrighty. Now I'm going to back up here because I know I missed some things. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I don't know where these things come from, people. It's just how I'm wired. Does whatever a spider can. Watch it. I'm going to sing the whole song. Cat Mama says sometimes can't even give away because everyone has stuff. Yes. people can I share? We all are of a generation. Now, I'll be 58 this year, and I've got my mom ahead of me. My dad has passed, sadly, and I have no kids, but I have nieces and nephews. So our generation, talking about the generation. So we live in a societal generation of too much stuff. So the cool thing is, seriously, get to decluttering before everybody else, because it'll be easier for you to declutter. It's almost like getting in on a trend beforehand. Once everybody else starts to catch on about how great it is to be declutter, they're going to be asking you if you want their stuff. If you get in on it soon, then you might still be able to give stuff away to people that might want it. Okay? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Mariah Smithton, I love that you put the irrational. So I'm, just so you know, in context before I get to her question or comment, or in anybody's, is the reason I read the comment out loud is for two audiences. One is the people who are watching right now live, but not watching, they're actually listening. So this is something I want you to think about with my TikTok lives. You rarely need to look at the screen to get the full benefit from it. I want you to think of my TikToks as like a podcast, basically, because I want to do a podcast, but I'm kind of lazy, and I figured, well, this is kind of like a podcast. If you don't watch the screen, it's like a podcast. You can listen to my TikTok lives live while you're decluttering your home. Now, I will say this. I work on 3 levels of clutter. We've got surface, we've got stored, and we've got sentimental, right? Like a little tip of the iceberg. I've been doing this tip of the iceberg thing lately. It kind of cracks me up. When you're dealing with stored clutter and sentimental clutter, you're going to need to listen to your head. You're going to need to listen to you and not me. But for surface clutter, for stuff on the surface, any surface that has stuff on it, you could probably easily listen to me while you're doing that, and this may just make it easier for you to do that. The other thing is I do these TikTok lives are recorded, and I download them from TikTok and I upload them to Destination Decluttered on YouTube. Now, this is a wonderful resource for you if you can't get to the lives and you need a little pick-me-up, you just want to listen to one. Seriously, there are over 400. Who do I think I am? Here. I think I'm Beth from Destination Decluttered. Okay. Videos. What do I got? Playlists. I'm just looking to see how many of these I have. TikTok live recordings. I swear there's almost 180 of them. There's probably more. Now, I will say this, I'm going to change it a little bit. May 1st is coming up. The most recent ones will only be available to the people on the mailing list to watch. They're going to be in a private thing. Then once the month passes, those will go public, and it'll be lather, rinse, repeat. Another kind of motivation for you to just hop on the mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. Now, I say that because Mariah Smithton said the irrational guilt of getting rid of dead relative stuff. Rational is your brain. Irrational is your heart. When you're not feeling rational, it's probably because you're feeling a feeling. You're not being rational, like, Dr. Spock, Mr. Spock, Mr. Spock. Dr. Spock was the baby guy, right? You're not being rational. That's okay. You're allowed to have feelings. You're allowed to feel feelings. However, when you feel the feelings, you also have the opportunity to say, okay, does this feeling improve my life or make it feel crappy? Notice what you feel and notice how you'd rather feel. I'm feeling kind of irrational, guilty of getting rid of these things, but you know what? You're not a bad person for getting rid of things that somebody else once owned. It doesn't mean you didn't love the person if you don't love their stuff. On the flip side, if you don't love their stuff, that's the same thing. Sometimes there's a flip side and I forget it. Don't feel bad about it. Think about the people who owned those things. They are now in heaven. They have ultimate awareness of the big picture of everything. They're enlightened. And they're looking down on you struggling here in your house with some dishes or some pictures or like some clothes that they had. And they just are sending you unconditional love, saying, oh, don't waste your time on that. Go out and live. Don't get stuck and bogged down with these items that are just items. Go out there and use that life that you still have that I don't to go live a life you want. So, think about that. Okay. All right, I'm going to back up here a little bit because I'm going to get some things here. All right, there we go. Oh, I love it. Chrissy C. Jump. If Beth isn't live and you need a kind reminder, check out her stickers. Oh, yes. I do have stickers, but I only give them away to the people on the mailing list. I know you're going to be like, what about those people on the mailing list? Just get on the mailing list, people. This is what I would love to say. Now, I think it's backwards. So here, let me try this. I don't know if you can read through the back. See if it actually comes through. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps, people. And the stickers are a short time thing. I will not be reordering them. It was just an idea. Okay. Yeah. I love this. Okay. Just, okay. Design Chicken. Hi, do you have any suggestions for long-term storage or fragile items like pottery collections? I don't. Nothing really comes to mind. I would say pack them up safely. Again, here's the deal. There are professional organizers out there. Now, I am one of those kind of by proxy, but I get into the process prior to the organization. I am in the part of the journey known as the decluttering. Now, I say this because I would just ask, why are you storing it? Kind of like I did up thread. Why are you storing it as opposed to enjoying it, as opposed to displaying it, as opposed to enjoying it, you know? I also don't want to give you a recommendation and then stuff breaks and I feel bad. Okay. I love this. Heidi C. Johnson says, I have not touched 80% of the clothes in my closet for the last 4 years. Yes, you know why? You'll see me. I mean, I do change my clothes, trust me, people. But when you see my TikTok lives, pretty much every freaking day, I'm in a black t-shirt and a black hoodie. I don't care to put a lot of effort into covering my body with cloth so you don't see my nakedness. Sometimes I do, but typically not on a daily basis. But notice what you did. Oops, besides, you already identified that you're wearing there's 20% of your clothes you're wearing all the time. The other 80%, you haven't even worn them. You've already made a powerful decision to not wear them. That's one step in removing the items that no longer fit your life. Now, I say the word fit specifically because sometimes we keep clothing that we either think we might fit into someday, either that we're going to be small enough, we're going to be a different size on either side of the scale. It's been 4 years. Have you fit into that clothes? If the answer is no, and it doesn't have to be every single thing, you can just categorize your things. Categorizing is a big thing, is categorizing your clothes. Here's a certain clothes. These are all of my clothes that are too big for me. It's kind of like, what do you call it? Goldilocks and Three Bears. These ones are too big. These ones are too small. These ones are just right. The just right ones are probably the ones you're putting on your body because they feel good. The other ones are aspirational, both from fear and love. What I want to just get curious about, how do you feel about releasing them? How do you feel about donating the clothes you're not wearing, that 80% of your clothes? Notice a feeling is going to come up. And if that feeling is a green light, yay, that sounds great. Woo! You know what? You're going to be filling up some bags and dropping them off at a donation place today. However, if the feeling is red light, no way, I'm not giving away that stuff. Get curious why. Get curious why you're not wearing it. If you're wearing it, but you're not wearing it, why not? What I want to make you think of is the traffic light. I was at a traffic light yesterday. I know my traffic light is the upside down one of the one that's out on the street. So every time you see one of those 3-level traffic lights, I want you to think of me. I want you to flip it upside down and remember, you've got a green light in your heart, that means go. You have a red light in your belly, not near your poop chute, that means stop. Clutter is the yellow. Clutter is the gas and brake. Do I go forward? Do I stop? Do I want to? And here's what I am beginning to believe, and I'm just really curious what you think of it. The clutter you have is stuff that your deep down soul wants to get rid of, but your head is telling you can't. Pretty much everything that's yellow is technically red, but your brain is like, no, that's something good, don't give it away. And your brain is trying to keep you safe. I won't go too deep into that, but just think about that. Okay. You've been eavesdropping on me. Ooh, you've been eavesdropping. What have I been saying? Yeah, no, I show up publicly like this because I know it helps. Yes. Yeah, I love it. It's me, Deb, so this might help you. It's me, Deb says, I look at an item and say, if I was at Marshall's or TJ Maxx, would I buy this today? I love it. Tammy Lee says, oh my God, I organized and started giving stuff away. Yep, washing dishes and listening, getting ready for work. What you're going to find out about me showing up doing these TikTok lives, especially early in the morning. Now, I'm an early person, but I know how when I start the day with some good thoughts in my head and some good ideas in my head, and my heart is feeling good, when my tank is full of the right kind of energy, then my whole day feels better. Now, the interesting thing will be, like, so coming up later this week, I will not be doing a TikTok live for like 4 days in a row. Notice the difference it feels when you start the day with me kind of giving you some encouragement and just some fun and some play. When that's not there, how do you feel? You can do this yourself. I want to teach you. Part of the thing I teach you is how to kind of talk nicely to yourself. But just notice the difference in how you feel when somebody's talking nice to you and being encouraging and having some fun. I want you to be that person for yourself. In the moment, I'm a coach. I show up as an example of what you can do like that. And I am telling you, it makes such a difference. Okay? Love it. Michelle is working on paper magazines and notebook piles now. It's me, Deb, signed up this weekend. Awesome. You're going to get an email this week. The official Lindsay Hill says, for me, think of your idol. That person came to my house. Would I be ashamed if that person saw it? Be careful what you wish for. I will share with you guys. This is one of the reasons I am glad my house looks the way it does. One of my idols showed up at my front door. I am not kidding. I can't make this up. Very niche idol. Charles Phoenix. Google him. Now, I did know he was coming, but to hear the doorbell and open the door, and he's like, oh, now I'm going to do a Pee-wee, but he's like, hello, Maud Betty. And I was like, oh my God. It felt really good to welcome him to my house, so much so that he took a picture of me in my own kitchen holding a pie, and he put it in one of his books. If he came here and my house was a mess, I wouldn't have let him in. I would have said, let's meet somewhere else. But good things can happen when your house is decluttered. Okay? I love it. Yeah, positive self-talk, I'm working on it. And this is where, again, that phrase of every little bit helps. Every time you hear yourself saying something negative, put up your traffic cop hand. Say, hey, wait a minute. We're not talking like that anymore. I'm going to rephrase what you did. I'm going to write over that. I'm going to pave over that to get used to. We don't say that. I catch myself all the time, and I do this for a living. I catch myself being judgy, and I realize if I'm judging somebody else, it's because I'm judging myself. And so I go, hey, wait a minute. That doesn't feel good to be judgy. Just love, just show up in the feeling of love for everybody, and you'll feel better. Now, this doesn't mean I tolerate any bullshit. It doesn't. But talking nicely to yourself, and also not tolerating probably any bullshit from me, like, oh, come on, just do it. You're right. Yeah, I should do it. You know. All right. Yeah, pie with Phoenix. I love it. All right. Now I see. What do we have here? Louise is getting inspired. Okay, Maddie G is saying, see, I haven't let people in my house in years. I understand how you feel. Yeah. So notice how your clutter is affecting your life. When you want me to be your coach, and we have a consultation to decide if it's a good fit or not, one of the questions I ask is, on a scale from 1 to 10, from 10% to 100%, how much does your clutter affect your personal relationships? And one of the things that comes up often is that clutter makes you fight with the people you live with, and the people that are outside of your home, you don't let them in. You don't let your friends in. You're afraid. You're fearful. You're fearful somebody's going to show up unexpectedly trying to be nice, and they're going to see your messy house. Notice how it's just stuff. I know it gives you feelings, but at the end of the day, it's just stuff. Stuff is creating a roadblock between you and the relationships you want to have. Okay? Louise let somebody in your house yesterday. I love it. I'm missing some comments, so I apologize. Things are scrolling by pretty fast. Okay. Yeah, okay. So notice somebody says, we will end up leaving the things to your children and grandchildren. Yes. Notice we are on a spectrum. We are on a journey. We've got older people ahead of us. We've got our age, and we've got the younger people. The older people ahead of us, they grew up affected by the Great Depression of the 1920s and 30s. Then the boom in production post-World War II, manufacturing started manufacturing all sorts of an abundance of consumer goods, and also telling you needed to keep up with the Joneses and the latest and the greatest. And now, holy mother of God, do we have way too many plastic things that are so cheap and so easy to get that it takes an effort to not get cluttered. and not get tempted. I mean, I'm on TikTok like you guys. I see these, like, these pillows and these bath sheets and bath sheets. What the hell? That's what they call them. I'm like a beach towels. I see, chairs that might look good. I am tempted myself. I see a lot of this stuff. But the cool thing is you're much more able to resist the temptation of the random new stuff if you're digging the quantity and quality of the items you do have. You've gotten the balance right of what you have. I can now safely go out and appreciate things. And if I really want it, of course I'm going to get it. But when I really want it, I'm going to say, where exactly is that going to go in my house? And if I can't come up with a good answer, I say, you know what? I'll take a picture of it. I'll enjoy it. But I'm good. I'm obviously good for what I have. I love this. Angel just said, less storing and more enjoying. I love it. Okay. Notice the worry. Heidi J, just I worry I have to go back to the office in the future. Yeah. Have you? And are people even wearing those clothes anymore? All right. Oop. All right. Here we go. Backing it up. Okay. Yeah. Chrissy C. Jump says, my sister is my person. I dislike it when I can't tidy up before her visit, but she doesn't care. Yeah. External accountability, external reasons, ain't nothing wrong with them. Not everything has to be from the inside. It can help when nobody else is coming around. That's why I bet all of us slack off a little bit when we know we're not having company over. But if somebody says, hey, or will you invite people over? I just invited some people over for a few weeks from now. And when they show up, I'm going to know that some of these people have never been to my house. I want to make sure. I want to feel good when I show off my house to them. Or they just, can go in the bathroom and find out where the toilet paper is and there's a full roll and it's nice and clean. Okay? Yeah, there we go. Maddie and Lindsay, we will both get there one day at a time. One day at a time, da, 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 da. This is it. I got to remember the rest of that one. One day at a time. I'm going to Google that one. Valerie Bertinelli, Ms. Romano, one day at a time. I could sing the whole Alice theme, but you don't want to hear that. A time. Early to rise and early to bed. All right. So, I want to enjoy the old me again pre-COVID. How about this? The old you probably rocked in a lot of ways. How about instead of going back to that old you, who's the new you right now that you can be that's even better than the pre-COVID you? How did you enjoy the old you, official Lindsay Hill? How did you enjoy that person, and why can't you do that right now? I love it. Kara says, realtor friend says she keeps her house open house ready, and that stuck with me. It's what I strive for. Yeah, I like that idea. What I say is I give myself maybe a 15-minute window because, again, I am not perfect. I say lazy, like I allow things when I know things. Here's the deal. When I know people aren't coming to my house, I will allow things to sit on surfaces longer than if I knew they were coming over. However, even for me, even for my internal feeling in my house, my longer is still so much shorter than it used to be. It'll be like 24 hours. It'll be like 12 hours. Oh, I'll get the dishes done by the end of the day. It's not those things have been there for months. Okay? There we go. Different strokes to take. Different strokes to rule the world. I'm a Gen Xer who watched a lot of TV. What can I say? Yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, Loopy 2 p.m. I love this because I want to share this what you said. Gotten better at where would I put it? Do I need it? And a 20% off coupon doesn't mean I need to use it. Oh, yes. It is so true. I am tempted by coupons. I will find myself. I remember at certain points when Bed Bath & Beyond was still around, I would go there and be like, I just don't need anything, even if it's 20% off. But you know what was fun for me? What was fun for me was going there and just checking, nope, don't need anything, I am good. And then finding somebody who had a big old barrel, basket full of stuff and being like, hey, you want a coupon? Seriously, I don't need this. Here, you want it? I do that all the time now. I freaking love it. And the person's like, really? Oh my God, thank you. And I'm like, you're welcome. And then they feel good. And then I get to skip out of the store feeling like, oh my God, like the burden of coupons, All right. Okay. Susie Anderson 84 says, I just realized that I feel cluttered inside. So I'm also cluttered in my home. Causes anxiety. Yeah. I love that you noticed that. There is totally an interplay between kind of internal clutter and feeling and anxiety and external. Not 100%. You know, I'm not a licensed therapist, but I will say when you're feeling distracted and fragmented on the inside, I bet your outside kind of looks distracted and fragmented. The neat thing is at least the way I coach, I talk to both parts. We deal with both parts of that, the external and the internal. Because I show you a process to get clarity. I mean, it was pretty much the workshop that I did yesterday for free for the people on the website, the mailing list. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. If you want to get on it, you can get the recording. But basically, how to listen to your thoughts without judgment. Like without judgment, hearing the ones that aren't so helpful, but then actively starting to create better, more helpful thoughts. Because when you think better and you feel better, you're going to do better. You know? Yeah. So think about those things. Here's the deal. The official Lindsay Hill, why can't we be motivated to do it for ourselves? That's a deep dive, but I will say this. We have been trained to show up more for other people as women. I don't know. I'm assuming some of you are of the female persuasion. Society tells women that you're being you take care of others before you take care of yourself. So you're not used to checking in with yourself to do anything. If you put it to somebody else, well, I'm not going to do it for myself, but I totally do it for somebody else. That's why you don't clean up for yourself, but you'll clean up for somebody coming to your house. You know, you'll do good things for other people and not for yourself because you're just not in the practice of doing things, because doing things for yourself is seen as indulgent, as selfish, as, oh, what a selfish bitch. Look what she did. She did something for herself. To me, it's survival, it's self-care. You can't take care of anybody. When you take care of yourself, not only do you feel better, but if you feel like taking care of other people, you will show up so much better for them when you feel better in yourself. It may feel really weird to do this at first because society does not reinforce this. Or they say, well, all you need to do is take a bubble bath. Calgon, take me away. Self-care is a bubble bath. And I say, sure, have a bubble bath. I freaking love bubble baths. But also self-care is caring for yourself. Where are you feeling crappy? Do something with that. Some things a bubble bath will not fix. Decluttering helps you sort those things out and decide. It's like a junk drawer. You dump out the stuff, you see what you have, you get rid of what you don't want, you save what you want. I hope that helps. And yeah, somebody just said Bed Bath & Beyond coupons and Kohl's. Yeah, I go into Kohl's. I don't even go into Kohl's because there's nothing there that I want or need, you know? But there's different ways that we all have a mix of internal and external motivation. It is like, here, this is fun. I get to use this thing I got on vacation because I bought this specifically for coaching. Each one of us has like a different percent. Do you see? This is one of the times where it might help to look at the screen. See how this thing kind of ebbs and flows? This is who we are as humans. We are not 50-50, cut down the middle, things like that. What we are is we are humans, and things vary from day to day. And what I just want to offer to you is that, check in with yourself and see what your levels are today. How am I feeling? Feeling pretty good. Maybe I'll get some stuff done. I'm not feeling so good. Okay, you know, I'm going to take care of myself. You know, I don't know, I'm kind of in the middle. Okay, where do you want to go? You know, think about that you are skin surrounded, your skin holding in electricity and meat and liquids. Okay? And every day you're going to feel a bit different. You're not a robot, are you? You're not a robot. You're a human and you have feelings and things change from day to day. You have a mix of what works for you. You have your own toolkit. What makes it easier for you to do something may be more difficult to somebody else. I know there are people out there who coach who are like, like drill sergeants. That's not what motivates me, so I don't show up like that. I show up with patience, kindness, love, curiosity, forgiveness, pacing myself at a pace that feels good to me. And this is just me talking about how I talk to me. And then that's how I show up for other people because I've practiced it and it feels good. And that's how I show up for my clients and I teach them. And they tell 2 friends and so on and so on and so on. It's like Fabergé organic shampoo, people. Okay? Loopy says, yeah, we still say that at work when it's a crazy day. Calgon, take me away. Notice the power of the TV and stuff from back in the day. I love it. Louise just threw out a small bag of clothes. Now, when you said throw out, I hope you mean donated, but that's just me being judgy. If you needed to throw it in the trash, I will not judge you. I want to be proud of you for saying, I don't want this stuff anymore and getting it out of your life. Sky says, cleaned out my closet this weekend. Took all day, but glad it's done and feeling much better. Right there. I'm circling the feeling much better part. That's why that's why I show up. I don't show up to make you feel crappy. No. I'm showing up to show you a way to make you feel better. That you can make yourself feel better about your clutter. Because I show up, the whole goal is to feel better. Okay, the wellness you desire, how do we not judge ourselves for not feeling 100% of the time? How about this? Nothing is 100%, nothing is perfect, and you are not a robot. Even robots break down. So how about this? Every time you judge yourself, little traffic cop hand, we do not do that. I am not a robot, I am a human. If I'm not feeling good today, I'm going to take care of myself. I will feel better. When I feel better, I'm going to do better. But right now, it's really important for me to take care of myself. Catch yourself. You're going to notice when you're getting judgy, when you're beating yourself up inside, stop that, Johnny. Put up the traffic cop hand. Stop it. Just stop it. Shh. With love. Stop it. Shh. No. Take care of yourself. When you feel better, you're going to do better. Clutter-wise and otherwise. Okay? Yeah. Traffic cop hand. Stop that traffic. Redirect it. You don't go down that road anymore. There's a new road. As soon as you put your traffic cop hand out, this is what happens. You're going down the road of self-judgment. When you say, hey, wait a minute, boop. When you do that, you immediately have stopped going down that road, and magically, a fork in the road appears to do something different. As soon as you stop one thing, you have the opportunity to do something else. And you can consciously decide to think a better thing, tell yourself a better thing, and then feel better. And the more you stop and redirect and stop and redirect the traffic towards your destination of feeling better, it feels better when I'm nice to myself. So I'm going to do that more. Stop and redirect towards your destination. Stop, redirect. This path in your brain gets stronger. This road in your brain gets paved, and the weeds grow up a little bit one on this one. Now, you may have decades worth of talking to yourself in an unhelpful way. So it takes a while for the weeds to grow up here. But the more you notice it and stop and then do something else, the easier all of this gets. Okay? The easier all of it gets. Okay? Yep, somebody mentioned, Chrissy C. Jump says, closets are tough because stuff is hidden. Yes, we've got surface clutter. We've got stored clutter behind doors and in drawers. That's how you remember it. Stored, doors, drawers. I don't even know if my Boston accent came out then. And then you've got sentimental clutter. Now, sometimes sentimental stuff is stored, but yes, when things are hidden, you can pretend they're not there. But you know inside when you're like, oh my gosh, don't open that door. Oh, don't look for that thing. Yeah, so that's really cool that you did a closet. That's awesome. Okay? Yeah. Okay, sunshine is my therapy. Cleared out my bedroom closet and my son's room as well. He's away at college. I hope he appreciates that. What I want to just plant a seed on is teaching your children how to declutter. So you don't do it for them, you do it with them. So they know how to do it when they're graduating college and staying on their own. Okay? Maddie G357 says, you have changed my life in so many ways. I am so grateful I found you. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know I'm changing your life in some good ways, because that makes me show up. Notice when you're nice. When you say this to me, I say thank you. And then I say, wow, if I show up and do a TikTok live on a Monday morning or a Tuesday or whatever, I'm changing people's lives. That encourages me to do more of this. If I never heard that. So treat yourself well. Remember all the good stuff you're doing. You have changed your life. I just happen to be here as your sidekick, as your co-pilot. Is this my, oh yeah. So this is the mug that I picked out today. I made it for myself. Listen to your co-pilot, not your backseat drivers. I'm your co-pilot. You're the driver, and you've got 2 people in your car. 5 people in the family, not one of them I'd swap. You're the driver. You've got a backseat driver, and you've got a co-pilot. Your backseat driver, don't do that. Don't do that. Go, no, stop. No. Bad. Shh. Quiet down the backseat driver. Little kid in a car seat just wants you to go where they want to go. McDonald's drive-through for the rest of your life. Nuggets and fries. No. We're going to do something different. I show up as your co-pilot. Here I am. I'm in the passenger seat and I'm looking over at you. You're in the driver's seat. And I'm going to say to you, so, where are we going? Where do you want to go? I can help you get anywhere. Where do you want to go? And I'm just there for you. I don't drive the car, but I'm there for you. And I am patient, understanding, however long it takes for you to say, well, I think I might want to go here. Cool, I can help you get there. You have a co-pilot, even if you can't hear them now. I show up to kind of coax them out. Maybe your co-pilot starts to come up and you hear their voice, in my voice temporarily, in your head, saying, stop, redirect. No, we're not doing that anymore. Don't be judgy. Let's try something different. Just you can do it. A little bit of encouragement can get great things done. Okay? Oh my gosh, yes, an Oceanana, good information on taking yourself while decluttering. Decluttering is a life skill, and it is a self-care, because you are caring enough about yourself to say, I don't want to be surrounded by stuff I don't want, and I care about myself and I care about my environment, that I want to live in an environment that makes me feel good, because when I feel good, I am taking care of myself. Okay? Oh, I love it. Becky R68 says, I set alarms so I don't miss you. So inspiring. You know, you're welcome. What I will say to that too is, yeah, I'm doing that because it's 8:51 and I got to hop onto a day of coaching and consultations. If you're interested in me being your coach, let me share this with you. Okay? Because today is what? The 29th, 30th. So May 1st is Wednesday. I don't have any other consultations on my calendar yet. If you want me to be your coach, and we'll get you decluttered on the road to decluttering before summer, okay? However, I will be adding some to next week's schedule. As soon as I do that, I send an email out to the people on the Destination Decluttered mailing list. That means you get first dibs, and you are aware, and you get the pick of the litter, as they would say. So if you're interested in all about me being on, with you for the next 10 weeks or 20 weeks or 30 weeks, however long, because I do a 10-week package, destinationdecluttered.com/join. Get on the mailing list. And that just makes you don't have to set alarms because I help you. Okay? Somebody's asking if I'm going to go live tomorrow. I am. The way you find that out, besides I'm just about to tell you, is there is a schedule posted on the front page of my TikTok channel. If you haven't followed me, please follow me. That'd be cool. There is it's posted, it says schedule until, it's pinned. You can't miss it. Okay. But I'll tell you right now, tomorrow morning, is 10 a.m. Eastern. I do it on different days of the week and different times of the day because I want to meet different people. Okay. But all of these, if you can't make it, you're like, oh, I'm going to be away. No big deal. I do them often. And also the recordings are uploaded to, YouTube. Okay. So I hope that helps. The wellness you desire. What about digital clutter? My home is very minimalist style, but I have over 3,000 photos. Yeah, 30,000 photos. Oh, I have like over 150,000. So trust me, I am a lot more tolerant of my digital clutter than I am my physical clutter. And the reason is because, here's my thought of it, is first of all, it takes up no space, physical space. Also, there are ways that I can locate the digital things I need so that the way that they are stored doesn't really matter to me. I can control F and put in a keyword. I can look at my photos and pick a date, or I look at the map and I say, when was the last time we were in Atlantic City? Oh, it was 2018, blah, blah, blah. I have ways to find my digital stuff. So I, as a decluttering life coach, am a lot more loosey-goosey about it because I am able to do what I want with that stuff. And it's not like I am creating a photo album. I do curate, I do go through and I will delete, blurry pictures and things like that on occasion, but it does not need to be as stringent as when these things took up physical space. That's me. That's me. If you can't find your stuff, there are ways we can help you digitally organize. That's one of the services I provide as a decluttering life coach. Alrighty, so we got about 6 minutes here. Melissa actually brings up a good point, and I totally want to deal with this. Yes, sometimes you don't have a choice. You must work first and then declutter when you have time. Oh, 100%. The funny thing is when we're talking about this stuff now, we're in a bit of a bubble. We're just talking about this stuff. As soon as we stop this, it's kind of like the coaching bubble. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that all sounded good, but oh my gosh, I got a lot of stuff done today. No. The way I coach, this is, again, I'm going back to the Zoom call, the workshop that I did yesterday for free for the people on the mailing list. Again, destinationdecluttered.com/join. If you want to have access to a recording of that, it's free. And what this does is say it takes into account the stuff that's already on your calendar and then adjusts the expectation of when you're going to declutter. How long are you to declutter? So you make some progress. Again, I keep on saying again and again and again and again. Now I sound like the bird and the bee. Every little bit helps. 10 minutes of decluttering every day is going to be 50 minutes by Friday. 5 minutes a day is going to be 25 minutes. And you will be surprised at how much you can get done, even in those small amounts of time. The only time you don't make progress is when you don't drive forward at all. And there will be some days you don't do that. I didn't declutter my house when I was away, and I feel okay about it. I want you to feel good about the plan you've made, the roadmap you've made about how you're moving forward. And there are going to be days where you don't do anything like that. You're going to sit on your patio and enjoy it, and you're going to enjoy your life. It's not going to be always work, 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 work. No, you can't do that until that all or nothing. You're going to deny yourself until you get to the destination. No. The destination is just a pin in the map. It's kind of like your North Star. You're excited to get there because being there conjures up certain feelings. And then when you start going there, the way we do it is like a road trip. Every day. Like for example, like what am I doing today? I have some consultations. I have some coaching. I have to go to the doctor. I know that the doctor is near a place that I like to get a cookie. So after the doctor, I'm getting a cookie. And I'm going to love what I'm doing. Even though I'm trying to eat healthy, I'm feeling good about eating that cookie. And it's a beautiful day. I'll get myself an iced tea. I'll sit outside. I will savor my cookie. And then what else do I got? Oh, I got more coaching to do. And then actually that's tomorrow. And then tonight I go to yoga and I go to take a walk and I do some work and I do some paperwork for my mother and I pay some bills. Don't make it do all or nothing. Do little bits. Have a little taste of the good, all of this stuff every day, and notice how things can change. Ooh, I see some papa. Somebody gave me some things. It's so funny. I don't know anything about that kind of monetizing on TikTok. I always appreciate it, but iced tea and a cookie, huh? Life is good. I want your life to be good too. I don't want to be the only person out there savoring a cookie in the sunshine with my iced tea. I want to look around at all those tables and see all y'all living the life that feels good to you. Because when you feel better and you know you can do stuff, man, does your world change and man, does the world change. Okay? Yeah. I have to tell myself we're improving and not looking for perfection. Perfection is unattainable. Perfection is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Perfection sounds good. It's going to be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. What's better is better. Feeling better and iterating. Getting better. Oh, that's worked. Do more of what works. Keep up the stuff that works. The stuff that doesn't work, get curious about it and change it. Feeling better. Yeah, Okie teacher is saying, you have helped me so much. Yeah, I used to be all or nothing. So says Carol. It is a way we've been taught. Deny yourself until you die and go to heaven. If that isn't religion, it doesn't matter what happens on earth. No. And in the meantime, you're like, well, if it doesn't matter what happens on earth, what the fuck am I doing here? Just get curious about how it feels when you do the all or nothing. How does that feel? How about, I'm going to try today. I'm going to go for a walk today. I'm going to walk for 5 minutes. I'm going to lift a weight. Here, look, I'm going to lift a weight. All right? I'm not going to be like, I'm going to do a 40-minute workout. I'm going to lift a weight. I'm going to do something. Something is always better than nothing, too. But there will be days where you don't feel well. Take care of yourself, okay? I got 1 minute. I got to hop on, all right? I love it. Yeah, I love the boundaries, Kara, about saying no to somebody who wants you to do something for them. Tell them it's more powerful if they learn how to do it themselves. Okay. All right, folks, I have to run because I'm hopping into coaching and consultations. It is always a joy. DestinationDecluttered.com/join. Join the mailing list. I will see you tomorrow. And you got this. Okay. Bye. No, no. This. Yes.